Yep, you saw that right. The ultimate nightmare of American troops taken out while answering nature's call. This is a real story from the 1960s Vietnam War where legends like Apache haunted U.S. soldiers. A jungle ghost and master of mind games, she was a living terror. After weeks of hunting with the best of the best, she met her end during the most mundane human moment. Wild, right? To get why this bizarre, kinda lame moment was such a big deal, you gotta know the living hell she unleashed. Section 1. Welcome to Vietnam. The ghost story begins. Picture this. It's the 1960s and you've just parachuted into Vietnam. Your boots sink into the mud, surrounded by sweaty Marines gripping their rifles, all staring into the dark jungle. As you're brushing off dirt, the sergeant's yelling about hidden enemies and traps. Then you hear it. Apache. Her name's hissed like a ghost story. While you're checking your gear, a buddy leans over and mutters, "She's out there, man." A phantom grabs anyone who strays too far. You scoff. But that night, curled up in a foxhole, you hear screams. Not human. Something way creepier. A patrol goes out, comes back one man short, and the survivor looks like he's seen a demon. You're on the next patrol, heart pounding, when you find the missing guy. He's alive. But his eyelids are gone. You finally see Apache's handiwork. They say she collects souvenirs, leaving her victims with hollow, lidless eyes. She makes sure they see everything until the end. It's a sick twist even Hollywood couldn't dream up.
This is war, you got a deal, but when you hear her profile, you get why she's every soldier's nightmare. Section 2. Profiling the Phantom. You're at base, chugging coffee to stay sane, when the intel geeks lay out Apache's deal. They're pacing, waving at maps, saying she's part French. That's why she's so freakishly good. They're like, she's got French Foreign Legion vibes, as if she's some badass from a war movie. European tactics plus jungle know-how? She's basically a cheat code in human form, shredding through the jungle while you're still untangling your boots from vines. Her weapon? Not some fancy sniper rifle. She's rocking a rusty Russian Mosin Nagant, like she swiped it from a museum. Every shot's a surgical strike, picking off your squad, one by one with terrifying precision. She's not just fighting, she's conducting a fear orchestra, and that old rifle's her wand. You realize, no army's stopping her. You gotta fight a ghost with a ghost.
Section 3. The hunt is on. The hunt for Apache starts when she snatches Johnson, a young guy from your unit. You're on patrol, swinging your machete when, poof, he's gone. That night, his screams blast through the valley like a twisted radio signal. You're clutching your rifle, teeth chattering, as the sound burrows into your brain. It's not just a kill, it's a warning. By morning, the camp's seething with anger. You're ready to end this when command calls in the heavy hitter. The guy they bring in is no ordinary sniper. He's a legend in the making, with stories of his own that make Apache seem like just another target. Meet Gunnery Sergeant Carlos Hathcock, a.k.a. White Feather. He's like Captain America with a sniper rifle, relaxed, chill while everyone's losing it. You're watching him clean his gun, thinking, this dude's our ticket. Command wants a whole battalion. Hathcock's like, 2 guys. We're ghosts.
Okay,
So
right.
it's you and him, creeping through the jungle for 3 days. You're slithering through mud, eating bugs, blending into the dirt to hunt a phantom. Every noise makes you jump, but Hathcock's laser-focused. You're chasing a ghost, and the only way to win is to become one yourself. Hathcock wasn't just any sniper. He had 93 confirmed kills, and his white feather on the hat was a signature that struck fear into the enemy. He'd already made a name for himself by taking out high-value targets from impossible distances, like that time he hit a Viet Cong from over 2,500 yards. Now, he's here to end Apache's reign of terror, and you're his spotter in this deadly game of cat and mouse. As you crawl through the underbrush, the heat is unbearable, mosquitoes buzzing like tiny helicopters, and every rustle could be her. Hathcock whispers tips on wind and distance, his voice steady as a rock, while your hands shake from the adrenaline. The endgame and the weird truth. Day 4. You spot her squad, 700 yards out. You're braced for an epic fight, adjusting your binoculars when... Hold up. Apache steps away, squats behind a bush. You know what's happening. Your spotter's mumbling about wind, but Hathcock, cool as ever, just shoots. Pew! One bullet. No showdown. No evil monologue. Vietnam's scariest ghost dropped mid-squat. It's the weirdest, most anticlimactic, and strangely awesome moment of the war. The shot was perfect. Hathcock's reputation for long-range kills shining through. He once held the record for the longest confirmed sniper kill. As Apache falls, her old Mosin Nagant clatters to the ground, and the jungle seems to sigh in relief. But even in victory, you can't shake the feeling that the legend might live on. Back at base, it's a full-on celebration. Hats flying, guys hollering, the curse is gone. But you're sitting there, staring into your coffee, feeling off. You hyped Apache up as this giant monster in your head. Now, just a small, dead person. You're wondering, was that really her? Or did we just take out some random soldier and slap a victory sticker on it? That thought hits harder than the jungle heat. Stories like this spread like wildfire in war. Apache's tales of torture and precision had Marines looking over their shoulders for months. Even after the shot, whispers continued, as if killing the person didn't kill the fear. It's a reminder that in Vietnam, the psychological war was just as brutal as the physical one, with ghosts that linger long after the guns fall silent. Here's the real talk. It doesn't matter if we got the right person, we killed the myth. That's what the boys needed. But here's the kicker, you can kill a person, but a story? That's immortal. The real monster wasn't some lady with a rifle, it was the fear she sparked. And that fear, it's a ghost that tags along forever. So what's the takeaway? In war, the worst monsters are the ones we build in our minds. Sometimes you take them down with a perfectly timed, totally awkward shot. This is the craziest true war story I know. Got a wilder one? Drop it in the comments, and maybe I'll spin your tale next. Hit that like button and don't tell this story in the dark. Or do, I'm not your sergeant. See you in another war.